Hey everybody, how we doing?
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
Okay, we're at a really interesting spot in this season of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah,
Still in Miami.
right.
Little Trouble in Paradise with Rose and Abe.
And Midge
And Midge.
and Joel. I feel like everyone's kind of at a crossroads here a little bit.
Susie a little bit.
And Susie a little bit, but I don't know. Susie's obviously proven to be more capable than we were giving her credit for when the season started.
Kind of killing it.
Yeah, she is. Like to do both. Well, because remember the first time she and Midge did like a mini road tour, Susie made mistakes every step of the way.
Yeah,
which there's a learning curve. I totally get it. It was her first time doing any of this, but her growth has been much faster than I expected it to be. Right?
Like I like that.
Yeah, she really picked like all the stuff that she's done for what's her name? Jane Lynch's character.
Oh, Sophie.
Yeah, for Sophie. She's nailed it for her.
And for Midge, too. I mean, the thing is, like, it's obviously Midge's show.
Right.
We love seeing Midge have some success and watching her work through the kinks.
Right.
And having all these great montages. But at the same time, I like that we actually get Susie's perspective as well.
Sure.
Because, being an agent, I mean, is it as hard as being a stand-up comedian? Probably not, but it's probably still a really tough job. You know?
It's a tough job. I mean, it's a difference of like being like entertainment talent.
Sure.
I can't throw a football like an NFL quarterback, and so they get paid millions of dollars to do that. I can't do it, so I don't complain.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I feel like I have some talents those guys don't have, but they're not going to pay as much. So no, Susie's not going to get paid as much as Midge because Midge is the unique talent, which is totally fair. But
networking,
right,
meeting people, getting venues,
all the things she has to do, despite the fact that it's not as glamorous or rewarding, doesn't mean she's not crushing it. No, because she really is.
It's daunting, I would say.
Right. I was a little. We talked about this. Was concerned like how are people going to take it that we were really disappointed in Rose and both Abe and Rose their behavior towards Midge last episode, but even more so with Rose.
She was being kind of gross.
Yeah, I thought she was. And looking at, I looked over at your Patreon comments, and I think a lot of people agreed that there is a little bit of Rose that was pretty unlikable in that scenario.
And we're usually on her side too.
Sure.
So it was kind of weird that this season she's been kind of stuck in her own ego a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think we've mentioned before one of the things that makes this show so great is we don't have like this typical comedian story of somebody who's struggling and working their way up from nothing to become a stand-up comedian, right? Sure. Yeah. And that's how most comedians do it. I've watched enough of the Jerry Seinfeld Netflix show Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee to know that most of them have come from very humble beginnings, right? And some of them really rough beginnings to build themselves up. And I had one thing I like to do because I'm a broken person is make people laugh. And, it parlayed it into this. Midge, it's a great choice for Midge to come from extreme privilege.
They kind of flip it.
Yeah, they absolutely flip it. She didn't do this because she was compelled because she has nothing else going on. She was pampered and decided that I don't want to be pampered anymore.
And she's like a people pleaser, people person for sure.
Absolutely. And it always has been.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring it up is it's clear that Rose has enjoyed that same kind of privilege her whole life too. And that's why I think she's struggling so bad as well.
She's acting out.
Yeah. She,
well, she's not happy.
When she's not happy, she very much acts out. But I find Rose very often to be more selfish than we've seen Midge be. You know what I mean?
So far, anyways, yeah.
In the show, right? When she went off to Paris and said, "We're moving here," I thought it was really great that she moved back. And Abe did, Abe did some really good things to try to help her be more comfortable in New York and happy. He was. But I do think that. And I don't want to let Abe off the hook. He's got his own kind of selfishness too. The difference is Abe's selfishness doesn't seem to be hurting Midge personally as much as Rose's is. Rose's complete indifference to Midge's life. Midge is taking it worse, right?
Abe is at least offering some criticism, which you shouldn't do, but at the same time, he thinks it's coming from a place of help and maybe not quite understanding. But he's like, that's not funny. Maybe you should have more jokes per minute. Well, and you should cut out the setups of your joke.
Well, I think throughout the show we've seen that Abe wants her to be successful and happy at what she wants to do, even if he doesn't understand it or like it. Yes. He doesn't like the stand-up comedy, but he wants her to be successful at it. Yeah. He didn't want her to go to work at the department store, but he ran through the list.
That was a great moment.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was like, do you have all of your ducks lined up?
Yeah.
Okay, you do. Okay, and that was kind of it. But he let her do it. Mm-hmm. And it's not that Rose isn't letting her, but Rose is so dismissive of her.
Yeah, Rose still loves her. It's still her mom, but
Right.
she is dismissive. She could care
Very.
less.
Yeah.
She got trashed and was like, "Oh, I have to come back."
Yeah, exactly.
She had the drinks lined up, ready to go. For
I was technically there, so I have to come watch it. And I'm like, remember who's doing who a favor right now?
I think it's all about Rose, though. I think it's more like, I don't want my image tarnished by what you're doing.
Maybe, I don't know. I just think Rose is self-centered right now.
Oh,
and maybe that's overly harsh. Maybe there's a lot of nuance to it. And we may get to that in the show of why Rose is being so dismissive of what Midge feels and wants, and maybe it's just the time period, and I think,
sure. I mean,
and I think like in a lot of Midge's stand-up, she talks about like overbearing, having an overbearing Jewish mother, and maybe that's a dynamic that I don't really understand.
I don't either.
It would make sense to Midge or people in New York or Jewish people or whatever,
sure.
that she seems to be calling it a trope. Yeah. And I'm like, well, this is a trope that not being Jewish, it's a trope that I don't personally experience. So maybe that's kind of what they're looking at, is like, this is how, Midge certainly isn't surprised by how her mother's acting.
I think we've heard enough Jewish comedians and
right.
entertainers kind of make that joke to where.
Well, I mean, Seinfeld is a show where that's a running joke.
Sure,
right?
Enthusiasm's also.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are running jokes. So us being non-Jewish guys are kind of like, okay, this seems to be a thing that maybe it's not like a real thing.
Kind of careful,
but right, but it's a trope that Jewish comedians don't mind making fun of.
Absolutely,
at least that, and I think the show seems to be doing that. Maybe, I don't know, and if any of our viewers are Jewish and can enlighten us a little bit, we're always looking to learn, and broaden our horizons a little bit,
understand the nuance a little bit.
Yeah, understand the nuance for sure. But I think that's something they're kind of playing with. But I'm hoping we get more to Rose, because starting with when she went to Oklahoma, and ever since then, it's all been Rose being about Rose, no matter what it does to anybody else.
We kind of need a Rose episode.
We need a Rose episode, and we need a Rose redemption arc.
We do,
because we have spent several episodes in a row of Rose being like, my feelings are the only thing that is really at play right now.
Yeah.
And in any moment, how I feel is the only thing that matters.
And they kind of ran out of the Maisel's house. They kind of just ran off.
Yeah, they ran off.
They literally did. They got the cab and left.
And the Maisel sucked. I mean, it did suck. There was a lot of passive aggression and outright aggression
on TV.
Right? Yeah,
they'd be a tough hang.
Living with them would be really difficult. So I kind of get that. But yeah, there was definitely that has been like, she gets to Miami and Midge is trying to talk to her about her act, and all she wants to talk about is the breakfast she's eating.
Yeah.
And what she's going to do with her day, and whining about having to go see the act. And at some point, it's like, you can take the selfishness down from 9.9 to 7, and still bump it down, and still be all about you, but at least go through the motions of thinking about somebody else's feelings.
Your kids got to be important
on some level, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I've rambled on that for long enough. We do want to go ahead and welcome Angela and Steve Borden to our Patreon page. Thanks for being here with us, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you don't mind, like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
Yeah, if you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page. You'll see all kinds of stuff there. You'll need to sync and watch along on your own device's streaming service. Coming in the next couple weeks over on YouTube will be Good Place.
Yeah.
We are 4 episodes ahead over on Patreon. Before we are on YouTube on this and every other show. So when you get done with this, if you'd like to keep going, you can hop over there. We're also watching 30 Rock right now as a Patreon exclusive.
30 Rock.
I do too.
I will be on time, I promise! Susie? Who would name a boy Susie?
Johnny Cash?
Yeah, I was just going to say Johnny Cash song.
Paramus Ford has the best deals in town. They're so good that even I can understand the savings.
Oh, that's so sexist.
Oh my God.
Next.
With its natural mildness and gorgeous aftertaste, more expectant mothers prefer Pall Mall cigarettes.
Expectant mothers.
That's funny.
Yeah.
$5, we can retire now.
This game is piecework. You do a lot, you make a lot.
That's 50 cents for Susie there.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's great.
What a great shot. Yeah.
Hands, belt buckle, ref, heel, tuna fish, elbow.
Oh, that would be so rude. Yeah.
Don't be that guy. Don't bring tuna fish.
Being from the Midwest, it is a culture shock to be on a subway where you're just like pressed up against people. It's like, my bubble.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's really bad in London. When I went to London, it's like, oh my God.
All we need is the check.
The check? I thought you understood how the compensation was going to work.
Would they get pantyhose or panty liners?
For the record, they said nothing about paying us in tampons. A lifetime supply.
Are they making enough money to pay for the cab?
I must have saved up on tour.
Right.
Let's try one.
Rolling.
Anytime, guys. Dad's dead.
I thought it was funny the way he said
That's
it.
pretty funny.
Why would they say Dad's dead?
Let's call Pete's Mortuary Services.
Good idea. They'll have a slab for Dad.
It's written so poorly.
Dad's dead.
It's such a comfort to know that Dad will rest in peace.
This week we're on par to make about what we made last week, $35 or so. Not bad. Gross. Net. Food and cabs ate up half of that.
I was going to say, yeah.
What a time for Shy Baldwin to get exhaustion.
I was wondering about the tour.
Yeah.
Saturday. Nickel on the
Oh,
Vegas.
okay, so she's still betting.
I'm each on the cards and the Reds.
Cards and the Reds. You know they're playing each other.
I know.
Okay, how about no more betting instead of more cabs?
What happened to the ketchup? I changed my mind. Grab it to go.
See, that's why I think she's going to be blowing Midge's money when it's going to come to that, because we had that.
She's going to run out of her own money.
Right. She's
Yeah.
going to be desperate, and Midge is giving her money to watch.
Yeah.
Got it.
You're done, Midge.
Because I feel like if she's doing all of this to pay Susie's gambling debts,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, like, so unprofessional.
Yeah.
Now that they're done, we can find a place, get Zelda back part-time, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, we need Zelda back.
And calculated the number of years your mother and I get to live.
Get to live.
Oh my God!
Then those 2 years can be added to your mother's.
So I'll get to live till I'm 71.
Either which way, I need to be dead by 1965.
How about they get a job?
Yeah, it's like I have to die over getting a job.
They're gonna patch it up any day, Don. That's the point. Any day.
I hope so.
I forgot. Archie was being kind of gross last episode.
For sure. Right. Yeah.
I love her, Joel. I love Imogene so much. I miss her.
Then show up. Then be home.
Right.
She was my first. There's never been anyone else.
Never?
Never.
That's weird. Can you help in some way?
I'll see you tonight.
See you tonight. After I read the kids a story.
He's gonna walk to the pipe again. Yeah.
I mean, he did keep him from cheating on her.
He did.
Yeah.
You know what? Joel
came through it there. Yeah.
Also, like we talked about it as the third season in a row where he's like punched somebody in the face.
Yeah. I mean, really.
I hope it's an ongoing bit. Each season, Joel's punching somebody.
Right.
This is a no-pet household.
The birds sing, as you have given me the gift of song.
Oh my God.
I don't know why it took me this long to trod the boards again.
You are the real thing, Sophie. You came through.
As did you.
I hate that expression. Trod the boards.
Yeah. It's pretentious.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh, she misses him too.
Yeah.
I love Zelda.
The problem is they seem to miss Zelda more than they've ever missed Midge.
I know, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that hilarious?
Yeah.
Well, Zelda's probably been with them since Midge was a baby, so in fairness, they probably knew her longer than Midge.
There on the floor.
Is that $1?
I think it is.
Pick
You
it
don't
up.
see that every day.
Poor Sam's going to miss it when he realizes he doesn't have it.
If you're like at a public place, like a Subway, and you see $1,
You grab it. Yeah. Just pick it up. Man.
yeah. Look, he's
They
thinking
both
about
are. They both are.
it. Just put your foot out, slide it on over.
Here, Darla. I'll pay now so you can go about your...
Some dollars she found.
How many floors to Benjamin's townhouse? 4, at least. And a yard. And now it's
Wow.
on the market. Discounted.
Maybe we'll see him.
Nah.
But I don't see in what context. Maybe he just runs into
She's
him.
gonna try to get them together, or maybe
Right. That might be set up to run into him.
Yeah. For selfish reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course. I worked
Simon!
at Columbia.
Why not?
I'm a professor.
Hello!
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Abe, they don't want to talk to you because you were terrible to them.
Yeah.
You were.
You
very
were
mean.
arrogant.
Didn't he like starting to stab him with a knife or something?
Yeah. This is
It
embarrassing.
was like a
man.
cheese, with a cheese knife, didn't
Yeah. Yeah.
Simon! Wait!
He's clearly running from
he?
you.
I know, right?
Wait!
I don't have a cheese knife. Come back.
Right?
So what can I do for you?
Nothing. I was just taking a stroll around campus for old time's sake, and I happened to spot you.
Lucky
I wouldn't go. Would you go to a job that you quit in such a dramatic and embarrassing fashion from?
No.
I wouldn't either.
I just wanted to say hello.
Hello. Bye.
Yeah, read the room, man.
That was
For the
awkward.
lock, yeah.
Hope I'm not disturbing you. I just wanted to stop by.
But not to teach?
That's right. Not to teach.
What? Why is he doing this?
I'm taking boxing lessons
Really?
so that no one will ever pick on me again.
Wonderful. I wouldn't want anyone to do that.
He has no self-awareness
He does
at
not.
all.
They all deserve their place here. All but 6.
Oh my God.
My ego got in the way.
I like that he's doing this at least.
Yeah. What's the catch, though?
But I can't say that I haven't missed the joy of Socratic.
He's correcting his work.
Can't believe this.
Striving for truth, the singular wonder of it, the joy of.
Yeah, look, yeah, they're all like, okay.
I think he should go back to teaching. He's just not there.
Yeah.
I see now. But this isn't where I belong.
Okay, good.
It's where you belong.
Okay, he actually rallied this pretty well.
Goodbye, Professor Weissman.
Goodbye, Professor Weissman.
Goodbye, Professor Weissman. Take care of yourself, sir.
It's like a Dead Poets Society.
Except this is like the 6 of them didn't belong.
Oh, Weissman, my Weissman.
I do love the shot at 6 of them there, though.
That was hilarious. Yeah. Him.
Does it pay and not in tampons or corn syrup?
It pays.
We'll do it.
There's the question you should be asking. Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Benjamin, I feel so sick.
Well, good thing you were at the hospital. That's kind of what we specialize in. Midge was right for me. I just was not right for her.
So he's got a really healthy attitude, actually.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And you were very sweet for coming here today.
Why is he like the best guy ever?
I just don't know why she can't express the same type of concern for her daughter that she is for this guy.
You went to my play.
I did.
I specifically told you not to go to my play.
So shoot me, I'm a rebel.
He's a good friend.
The actor I saw did the whole thing shirtless.
Dumb choice.
And he power sawed a 2x4 during the soliloquy. You could barely hear it.
God, I hate actors.
But the Broadway today, it's run by bean counters, cowards. It should be more. The people deserve more.
I kind of agree with him.
Yeah. 60s, 70s
Right.
Broadway.
Right.
That's what it was. That was the peak, right?
Yeah.
And in some ways, the 80s too, I guess.
Right. Before now, it's all like remakes of movies and stuff.
Yes.
It's basically doing what movie theaters are doing.
Yeah. Very commercial.
Yeah. I mean, it's always been commercial, but
You gotta have
there's a new level now.
Like, imagine seeing Marlon Brando.
You
know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Or Dustin Hoffman.
Streetcar Named Desire with the Marlon Brando.
Oh, be amazing.
The Hoffman in that Death of a Salesman.
That's, yeah.
But yeah.
I'm going to try to publish it anyway.
What?
These things need to be heard.
Then why the hell did you ask me for my consent?
Because I wanted your consent.
First base.
Also, if Jason Alexander and Kevin Pollak ever interact in the show, my head might explode.
Right.
It probably won't be published.
It's a good piece. Might get published.
So you think it's good?
Never said it wasn't good.
And then that's
I wonder how much longer that went on.
I know, right? Yeah.
That if you need a bucket brigade to cobble up scratch, it might be time to slow down the gambling a little.
Thank you.
What a nice bookie.
Yeah. How long until it's Midge's money she's giving away like that?
Don't make me break your legs.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Cousin Levi, has your health improved?
I got 2 more operations coming up.
Maybe this will help.
Oh, God. Abe.
Oh, my God.
Papa, I know you're proud, but you are an integral part of your grandson's bris. Peddle your papers later.
Okay.
Oh, your papers.
We'll round up some Jews for you, Rabbi.
Don't say round up Jews.
I know, it sounded wrong, you little...
That's funny.
No medical training, no. But it's all right because they give a baby wine so it's drunk.
So she's not enjoying this.
No.
He was called overseas at the last minute on urgent business.
But not for the CIA or anything. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
If you're going to have a voice, you'd better be careful what that voice says.
You know, I actually agree with what Abe said.
Yeah.
I really do.
Less than 2 minutes, Irene.
Got it.
So the main broadcast is happening down the hall.
She's gonna blow this up when she really shouldn't.
I mean,
She should have not done it. She shouldn't
you're right.
do this. If she's gonna destroy this, she shouldn't do it.
She'll just lose work after this.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak for her.
I'm sorry, what did she say? Not the best time to be joking around like this, Midge.
See, it's not okay to wait until they're broadcasting to do it. Yeah.
Honey, do you ever think about the kind of world you want our kids to inherit?
I was just explaining to little Timmy this morning that the atomic bomb is a marvelous gift that was given to our country by God.
This is live.
Did you also tell the children that we can't let certain well-financed minorities determine America?
Oh my God.
Brush their teeth
You know
and
what?
to not let
It's
certain
kinda awesome.
well-financed minorities
That's really
have
all right.
futures. Something like that. America, yay!
Yeah. She's just awful. So
Well, no, she's awful, but
still, it's very unprofessional.
when you're up there is not the time to decide that.
Sure.
We'll find you the right apartment, Mama. This is New York. There's a million of them.
1 million apartments or 1 million pigeons? Because
Yeah.
Well, tell your mother not to worry. We'll find something. Will do.
Why doesn't she like getting into clubs? Just go back and do the club work.
I know, right? I mean, that's
work on your act.
Tons of comedians do clubs. They're not on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jerry, look who the cat dragged in.
How are you, Mrs. Maisel?
I'm very well, Jerry.
What can we do for you?
I've never met an actual doorman, but I just assume they're all old and very sweet. You know,
Right.
They've been there forever.
I've had him at hotels, but not at like an apartment like this.
Oh, he's so sweet.
Yeah. You're just kind of sneaking into somebody's house.
Yeah, you are just walking into somebody else's
You just
house.
walked into somebody's house, yeah.
Hello? Oh, you scared me. Although I should be the one scaring you.
Yeah, you just broke into her house, yeah.
Can I see the kitchen? It's all yours. Your father's going to hear about this!
Sounds like me and my siblings.
What's going to happen is she's going to want her money to buy the place and find out that Susie gambled it all away. That's what I think is going to happen.
It's a good possibility.
Right.
I hope it doesn't get that bad.
I do too.
But, you know.
I would hate that kind of level of disaster to happen.
That is a great kitchen.
Because, I mean, you got to be honest with you, if it did happen, she would have to fire Susie.
Yeah.
You would have to.
You have to.
Friend or not.
I don't know if the show would do that, but
Right.
in real life?
In real life, you have to.
Absolutely.
In real life, you probably call the police.
I was going to say, yeah, police,
You
lawyer,
sue,
whatever.
right,
Yeah. Oh, we're going to see it? Nice.
She left her awful dogs at home. So far, so good.
I think she blows it.
They set that up, it going so well for the last couple episodes that her choking, you know, with a huge audience.
I mean, she did bang it out with Gavin, so we'll see. I don't know.
She's crazy.
And always has been, but never the way it's been this last fortnight.
They're setting this up to be a disaster, aren't they?
So.
And thanks for the good food. Tasted fine.
Very cute to enter, and she's not.
How to dance? Do not peek. No. Go away.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And there it is.
That was it. She broke.
Is she supposed to be so quiet?
Oh, I can't watch this. This is awkward. This is so awkward.
Christine, you get someone else, Gavin.
Did she say Gavin?
Oh my god. Oh, it's so cringy.
Louder. She can get somebody else, can't you, Christine?
Oh my god, this is so bad.
What is that? What kind of talk?
Oh my god.
You sound like my grandparents.
Oh my god.
This is a train wreck.
I can't. This is the level.
The actor's nightmare, right? Yeah.
Perhaps she snores, too.
No, she doesn't. But she talks in her sleep.
How do you know?
Oh my god.
We have nothing but beer.
Beer? I didn't know you were
no.
serving breakfast.
She's slipping into her character.
She's the
Bashful. A big, grown-up man.
This is garbage.
Sweet, Julie's thirsty.
Yeah, I'm with that guy.
Yeah. If I was him, I wouldn't watch.
No.
I'd be like, there's bar.
Yeah.
He didn't have to be there, leave.
And unfortunately, I
If you
just
guys
left
were
the
here, I
stable.
would leave.
Hey, don't worry.
This is hard to watch.
Put that
Dear
on your
God,
plate.
this is...
Oh God, she did it. She said it.
God. Yeah, she's gonna kill it.
Yeah, she should.
She'll never work on Broadway again.
No.
She'll never.
If I was Gavin, I would never step foot in a room with her again.
Oh yeah, in the press, I'd be like,
Yeah.
didn't know that was gonna happen. We had a real play.
Right.
She's the worst.
Oh yeah. She just did her stand-up act.
Yeah, look at it.
Like, yeah, the actors want nothing to do with it.
Yeah. All because she got nervous. Yep. I'd fire her. I'd be like, I'm not your agent anymore.
I am the biggest comedy star in America, and you chose to dump that and have me act.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We got Gavin Hawk to star opposite you.
You were all conspiring against me,
Hey, call Bellevue. Tell them to bring a net.
especially you.
That was I don't do well with that.
No, that was hard to watch.
Famously, on Curb, Mel Brooks is on the show, and he has Larry come in to do the producers, and there's like a big awkward moment with that as well. I think I watched it in two parts because I could not handle it to begin with.
Sure.
Anything involving live stage plays or like
complete humiliation and
I can't handle it.
Right,
I can't handle it. It's like it's the ultimate cringe in my opinion. I'd much rather watch Pen 15 than watch
Right.
that. You know?
Yeah, that was brutal to sit through.
That being said, it was very well done. It's not a
Right.
critique of the show. It was supposed to make you feel that way, but that's just
that's what they were going for. It's like
huge trigger for me.
Right. It was how can you handle this train wreck? Because I did not handle it well.
Because I've been not in that situation, but I've been on stage and you're so nervous before a play or something, and you're just like.
And something almost always little thing, but something almost always goes wrong that you have to adjust around. Yeah.
You ever like look at the audience and you're like, oh.
Sure. Things happen, right?
It's really it gets me. So all right, I really don't know where we're gonna go with Sophie after that, but one thing's for sure, she's not gonna be back on Broadway.
I would not be surprised if that was her farewell. Susie firing her as a client might be the end of Sophie on the show. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm trying to think if that was a good enough send off.
I mean, Susie told her off.
Closure enough. Yeah, she told her off, and
told her the truth. You're a star, but you're a fraud.
No more back and forth.
Right.
She might just be focused on Midge. And it was nice that Midge got to hear that. Midge didn't have to be the one to say anything to her, but she definitely heard it. And
but what happens with the gambling?
That's
I think that is a black cloud hanging over this way more than Sophie Lennon.
Yeah.
Because now I really do feel like Midge's money is at risk.
And they're being very subtle about it too.
Right.
We're not making that big of a deal out of it yet, but we had the bookie show up.
The bookie said, stop gambling.
Yep.
Midge said, babysit my money for me.
Yep.
And I'm like, those two things together say that Midge's money's going to vanish.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of it but if it's like a big chunk of it or all of it.
Well, Midge, obviously they need money right now.
Right.
You always need money to survive.
Sure.
But I think she's kind of got the inkling of the idea to buy the apartment.
I think so too, because the girl's moving out. The family there is moving out.
Yeah.
I think it's in her head. And I think we're setting it up for Midge is going to say, great, I've got $4,000 or whatever she's got so far from the tour as a down payment.
Yeah.
Let me put that down. And then she's going to find out that I think, and I could be completely wrong, obviously, but I think that Susie's going to be like, well, here's what you actually have.
Yeah.
Because I gambled away your money, but I was going to win it all back. The gambler's fallacy there.
I wonder if that would be like a season finale kind of cliffhanger moment or something.
It has to be, right?
I don't know. And, I think Joel might come in and save the day. Because that's kind of what each season finale we've had so far, it's involved Joel in some way, right?
Yeah, Joel's been a hero a lot of times.
A lot of the times.
And he's watching their kids right now while she's on tour. That's pretty big.
So I think that maybe,
right.
Look, we're still several episodes away from that.
There's a lot to happen that's going to happen still in this season.
I know.
Reggie and Shy, I think we've got an issue to work through.
I think there's only one episode left in this season. Somebody told us.
It's only 8?
I think this is only an 8 episode run on this season. So
interesting.
The fact that this was the penultimate episode is interesting choice.
Interesting.
Here, let me double check real fast. I have my phone.
Yeah, because if that's the case, there is a lot to wrap up, probably. But we've said that before on the show, right? Yeah. Hey, they've got a lot to wrap up this season, and they do, right? They did in season 1. Excuse me, and they did in season 2.
And
so I don't know.
You want to continue it on into. You have 2 more seasons of the show, right. So I mean, that's This is we have one more episode left in this episode.
Oh,
or in this season, yeah.
Man, I'm kind of curious to see how we wrap this thing up.
Yeah,
because I do think there's enough unresolved, and I would feel like season 4, probably we're not done with the tour, right? It'd be weird if the tour was unless Shy cancels the rest of the tour.
That could happen.
But it would be weird if the tour is if we don't come into season 4 still on tour.
Yeah.
Maybe we do.
The show doesn't really do time jumps. So I mean,
no, it hasn't, has it?
Really,
we've basically gone into the next day.
That's
season.
So
yeah,
they could do one, or they could just hop right into it.
Right,
which make more sense. Sure. You can leave more unresolved that way, I guess. Right. But yeah, in an hour, how are you going to resolve most of these issues in an hour?
Well, I think we just resolved the Sophie Lennon issue. I really do.
So unless they're really setting up the gambling situation to be a season 4 thing, that would make sense because we really got into it in this episode.
Yeah, I just felt like it's been coming for a while, like
since the Vegas thing,
right?
Yeah. They planted the seed, and then
it's Chekhov's gun, right?
Yes.
Why do we keep having these issues with Susie gambling?
Yes,
and Aunt on top of her saying, or Midge saying, you babysit my money. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I feel like that's a big moment, right? Why have her do that instead of open her own checking account?
Yeah, too many throwaway lines is not
right. Yeah, it's like you need
to have everything.
No, right? No, it's Chekhov's gun.
Yeah,
the gambling is going to be a thing. I've thought so since it started being a thing. And I'm thinking, like, the farther we get, this episode really just screamed like she has a problem.
Yeah.
When her bookie comes in and says, you have a gambling problem, this is an issue that's going to have to be resolved. Yeah. And I think there's tragedy involved with it, involving
their friendship.
The friendship, because I think some of Midge's money, if not all of it's gone.
And Susie is a good friend. The thing is gambling is an addiction. But it's irresponsible and it's horrible, the fact that she would use somebody else's money.
That's the thing. If she gambled away Midge's money, I don't have any sympathy for that.
No.
I get that Susie has impulse control problems all the time.
Sure.
But that's somebody else. That's victimizing somebody else for your own impulses. And
for your own self-destruction.
For anybody, for any type of impulse, if you are harming somebody,
if somebody else suffers,
somebody who's trusting you not to harm them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty rough to forgive.
Pretty low.
Yeah,
pretty low. So,
and my guess would be that that Midge is going to be way more forgiving of it than I am going to be.
No, sure. I mean, Midge is a gracious person. Obviously, she's sane. I mean, she's not dumb.
Right.
So it's not going to be like, it's okay.
No
biggie. Yeah, I mean,
no,
this is
going to be an issue. I mean, again, it may not get to that point.
Sure,
but I don't see why we had that line of Midge saying, "Babysit my money for me because I'll just spend it."
Yeah.
And have this gambling issue coming up. If Susie has access to huge funds that aren't hers, and she's got a gambling problem, I think there's only one place that goes.
And I don't think that we're going to see him again, but it was nice to see Zach Levi briefly.
Yeah, and I thought he was incredibly gracious too. Like, he
super guy.
It was just it was a nice reminder that Midge gave up a lot to have this career. She gave up
handsome,
and a great guy.
Just a good person.
Yeah, she gave up an ideal guy. Yeah, he is.
But yeah, I'm actually kind of blown away now by this episode. The fact that this is the second to last episode of the season. It's like, wow, like we're really getting close to the end.
Yeah, my guess is because we have so many issues to resolve and one episode left, that we're going to resolve some of them and leave some of them for later.
Sure.
And I have no idea what's going to go where.
Also, I'm not even sure what year this season was produced in. Because if this was 2020, this season, that would explain why it's so short, maybe.
Sure.
Or
it might have been a COVID season.
Might have been a COVID season.
Sure.
And if not, I mean, season 4 could be the COVID season. You know, I mean, this is.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that. I may just cut that out.
Yeah, just bleep it, blur it. You can bleep it
on YouTube. We'll probably just cut out the whole mention of COVID at all,
sure.
Just simply because they're very touchy about that on YouTube.
But on Patreon,
sorry guys,
on Patreon we can say it.
You're right.
But regardless, whatever's happened behind the scenes, that could inform why the season's so short.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm very intrigued now. I'm very intrigued to see where we're going with these storylines, and if this is a true cliffhanger season, it's kind of cool, especially since we can just hop right into the next season.
That's true. We get to do that, don't we?
Yeah.
We'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See ya.